Ciao, my name is Max and today we're gonna thump some thumping thumpers so they will thump the thump out of your thumpless mix right away. Kicks, they're pretty important for any genre out there, and it could be really annoying to scroll through thousands of kicks in your library till you find the right one. So today we're gonna synthesize one for our own from scratch using Vital. It is a free plugin so everybody can follow along. And before we start, I would like to give a shout out to Ilarion, which gave me the idea to do these drums tutorials. Ilarion, I gotcha. Next week, snares, okay? And to 80k Prestige, because he pointed out that I should focus more on one thing only in my videos, and I think it's a great advice. So this will be an ongoing series on synthesizing all the drum parts. So subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you won't miss any further tutorials. To synthesize a kick, we should first understand its anatomy. So I will look for a kick in my library, and I think I will go with a Jonas Aiden one. And as we can see, its lifespan is kind of divided in two parts. At the start we have the click, which is a short articulated section right here, and right after it we have the tone of the kick, which in most cases is just a sine wave. The click is generally just a burst of noise of about 5 milliseconds, and it will provide the clarity to our kick so it can punch through the mix, alright? Now let's have a look at this tone, at this sine wave. Besides the saturation, we can see that it is faster at the start and then it decreases to stabilize, normally at the keynote of the tune. So for example, if your song is an F minor, this note should be F below the 100 Hertz mark. Or maybe the dominant of the key, so C, but this is subject for another tutorial. And it is very common to have this pitch bend at the start because this is kind of how a real drum behaves. When the skin gets hit, the tension will be at max, which will then decrease very quickly. And then what we will hear is kind of the resonance between the wood and the skin. And in real life, this resonance isn't even a precise note, but perhaps it fluctuates or just bends down to disappear at the end. The overall lifespan of a kick is normally between 100 and 500 milliseconds, but generally you want it to be the length of a quarter note. And whether you are working with samples or even if you are synthesizing a kick for your own, it is very important to understand the spectrum regions of the kick. Above 10K will affect in the click of the kick. Or we can get rid of it at all using a low pass in order to add another click. Between 1K and 10K we have the air of the kick. And while it is a very important region, I wouldn't exaggerate with it, otherwise the kick would sound a bit papery, if you know what I mean. Below that, between 300-ish and 1K, we have the body of the kick. When you're dealing with real drums, this would be the flavor, the wood response of the kick. Between 100 and 300 Hertz, we're going to affect the oomph, the thump of the kick. And below 100 Hertz, we have that fundamental note of the kick. Now, having all this knowledge, let's start synthesizing. Our reference kick will be from Hot Drum by JOYRYDE. So I will go to the start of the tune here, and I will select one of the cleanest one right here. There is a little bit of that ambience siren in there, but it's so quiet we can still see the shape of the kick anyway. Let's grab Vital. Boom, basic shapes, alright. And we're not gonna use the envelopes here. Perhaps the LFOs for volume shaping and everything else. So I will set our first envelope like that, so we don't need to deal with it anymore. And then I will set my LFO in seconds, and the mode will be envelope mode, right? Let's set this at 170. I'm going to leave the space for our click a little bit, put this at max here, and then it's gonna decrease faster here, so it will not be affected by saturation and whatnot. Then it will stabilize, and then it will go down, right? And this LFO will be affecting the level of the first oscillator, which will be our tone. Let's bring this down 2 octaves. This song is in G, right? So yeah. Put down the phase randomization to 0 and the phase itself to 0. So every time we hit the note, the sine wave will start at this point. The second LFO, we'll do the same thing here, envelope mode, set this in seconds, and this LFO will be affecting the pitch. So we can have that pitch band at the start. And this is the trickiest part of it all. Bring this, I guess, at 170 again, bring this all the way up on the pitch right here, increase the grid at maximum. And right now it's all about try and trial here. First of all, we need to kind of mimic the clickiness of the kick a little bit, okay? But in this case, we are going to affect just the air, okay? Because this LFO cannot go into the click area. So this will be a very steep bend down if we go to the display here, okay? And the longer is this bend down, this short bend down, the more clickiness we will achieve, right? So if I put this here, you see this arrives almost to 5K, right? And I will stop this pitch bend right above the oomph part, right above the 200 Hertz mark, okay? See? That's right there. That's because I want to work on our oomph. We want to give it character, okay? We want to give it oomph. Let's resample that and look at the shape here. The shape is not quite there, okay? So let's work better on this oomph. I mean, that's a pretty good result over here. Okay, we have this short click body air, right? And then we have this extended oomph area. This will drive our kick. Okay, this will give us the oomph part. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot here, we have to put the smooth down for these LFOs, all right? Now let's work on the click. I think I have like a kick here. Yeah, kick 41. As you can see, we have this click right here. For this click, I might use this envelope, put the sustain down, tag down, delay down, the decay 5 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds. Yeah, I think we're good. And we'll drag this envelope on the level here. That's not bad. Let's hear it together. Up the pitch. Oh yeah, look at that. We're there. We're there. Now we can go to effects, put our distortion. We'll use hard clip because that seems a hard clip to me. And we will affect it just a tiny bit. Let's try with that. It's more or less the same. And that is actually very good. We're in a good shape here. Look at this. Even at the start here, we have this bump over here. I'm liking that. Well, the click is not the same, but we're so close. I won't even bother like doing this perfectly. What else can we do? What else can we do? We can add another oscillator, which will be the second harmonic, all right? So we will put this an octave above the first oscillator, all right? And we're going to use the same LFO for the level and the same LFO for the pitch all the way up, all right? The phase is at 0. Let's see. Oh boy, too much second harmonic there. We'll bring this down. Actually, let's bring the phase like to 90 degrees maybe. Oh yeah. Let me just fiddle a little bit with LFO 2 here.
One eternity later.
This is so close right now. I can't even imagine to do better than that. Let's have a listen. Let's bring down the phase maybe.
Much later.
We can change the click.
much later.
We can use some FM. Tell this to go FM from sample.
Much later.
Cleaner a little bit, right? I'm getting there. I know I'm getting there. All right, I don't know. I will never get there. That's how you make kicks in Vital. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something today. And if you did, subscribe to this channel. If you want this preset, actually let me save it. You can go to my Discord. The link will be down in the description below and you will find it right there. And if you won't find it, just ask for it and I will give it to you, I guess. I'm really new to Discord stuff, okay? So yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Ciao. VowelForm.